jungle we united now. Tripping orange and black and white. All day when we fight, live and die in these stripes. Now who gotta move rockin' on? Now who wanna move crossing on? Now who wanna move bottom? If you got stripes, then you let the city know you rock 'em. There we go.
Welcome to another episode of Bengals and the British, or Irish.
Bengals and the British.
Or
And
the
Bengals
Boston.
and Brits.
Bengals in Boston.
Yeah, Bengals in Boston.
Yeah, Boston.
The
Cream.
Boston accent.
Which makes me think I need a donut now.
So, Pork Chop and
Cup of tea. I need a fucking donut, a cake, and a cup of tea. Tea and cakes. And some fish and chips.
and Boston.
Boston.
Look.
Right. I'm going to
Fish
go
and
there.
chips is always on the menu. Now is just an appropriate time because these Americans doing the fish fries and that. Respect.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
And your
Maybe
national
we'll just
holiday's
search.
coming up.
It
For
is,
the
yeah.
fucking English. St. Patty's Day, your national holiday for the English.
Mate, it's going to be fucking...
Fucking English love
glorious.
St. Patty's Day.
They fuck it. Well, yeah, a little bit, actually.
So, we are going to find out what's the business, bruv. All
Yes.
episode long.
That's the question today. What's the business, bruv?
Anthony
Me and
says,
Taryn discovered
I
what
just did.
what's the business comes from. What you misheard me say.
We didn't mishear you say shit. You can tell Taryn, me, Santori, and Greg, we all
You
know
misheard me
exactly
say-
where it came from.
I
We're
believe
at the
him.
FCC game, and I think it was New England Revolution playing fucking dirty. So I said, "Use a bunch of bitches, bruv." And
No. What
you
happened was
motherfuckers don't
fucking
understand
Kieran
real
was about
English,
fucking 12
so-
Heinekens deep into the fucking game and got his fucking little British ass up there and yelled, "What's the business, bruv?"
What's
And
the
then we all
business,
started
bruv?
saying it again. And then because he fucking blacked out on the Heineken, all of a sudden, I can't remember ever saying that. I
You
never say
motherfuckers.
anything like that. But
I
you
don't
fucking
drink the
said it.
Heineken till I'm in the club seats. It's too expensive in general admission.
You were drinking Heineken. I bought you one over in Washington Park, bitch. Don't even fucking lie.
Oh shit! No, I was.
I forgot.
Fuck, I forgot
And then
about
we
that.
stopped at the pitch. And then we stopped at the pitch on the way, and you had more
Had a
drinks.
Stella.
And you weigh about fucking 57 pounds, so you were fucking lit.
It's true.
You're like
Look,
a toddler.
Hello, governor.
I'm a
Yeah.
type 170 right now.
Yeah. Well, anyway, you're a little fucker, and you got lit up.
All right.
You got
So,
drunk?
first,
You went into TQL and started yelling, "What's the fucking business, bruv?"
I wish I was that cool.
yeah, I mean, anytime you turn this on with Pork Chop's foul mouth, you randomly do
shit.
have to turn the
I mean,
volume
oh
one.
shoot.
I,
Oh,
if,
shoot.
if Joe's
Dag
daughter's
nabbit.
if Joe's
Dag
daughter's
gone it.
watching, I'll keep swearing to a minimum.
Pork
Yeah.
Chop can't. It's impossible for him.
No,
It's
I
just
just-
impossible.
I tried.
If you tell him to try to keep it down, it only makes it worse.
I'm like, it's Too Short's fault because I was listening to Too Short last night. Cuss words.
Yeah,
You
that's
got-
the reason.
You've got
Mhm.
ODD.
I got a lot of D's. You want some of the D? I
No,
can pass the
bitch.
D out.
Do the sponsors.
Oh yeah, sponsor. Speaking of D, speaking of
Speaking
D,
of-
you want D's beers? Yeah. 50 West, man. That's one of our sponsors. You can see it right down below this
D's
can of
beers.
refreshing, tasty, hard. Speaking of the D, lemonade. You can get that. You can get all kind of freaking tasty ass beers. Also, the other day I was looking up somewhere to take my wife on a date because she fucking lied to me and said I could. So I was looking up places, and one of the top places in Cincinnati take a date is fucking 50 West.
You're like, which one am I promoting right now?
Well,
Or
so I pointed
Midwest
to the
Best.
wrong one. Midwest. The sponsors are gone.
Oh,
I was pointing
Weird.
down, and that was Midwest Best, but 50 West is like a destination spot to take a date. They got a lot of shit to do there. You can eat some fucking tasty ass burgers. Greg loves the fry sauce. You can see the brewery, see how the beer's being made. They got a big selection of beers, and then they got some of this shit. In case you don't want beer, man, maybe you want some hard lemonade. Well, go there and get it. You know what I'm
love
saying?
saying
And
the
then,
word hard.
yeah, it's not. Well, it's look, Dale. Look at
I
it.
see
It's
it.
hard.
It does say it on there.
Hard.
The little lemonade guy is hard. He's a
And
hard
see his little
lemonade.
hand down there. Who knows what's going on? I don't know. It's hard. So you take your date there. The other day, Greg and I went with Strawberry Ice, and we were there doing like curling. You know, like on the ice. But
You
with
guys
beer.
did that?
No, fuck that. I ain't getting on the ice, Dale. And
I was
then
going to say
they were
that
doing the beer
I'd pay
cake.
money to watch you guys do the curling.
It had to be a lot of goddamn money and need a fucking lift to get. Look, we already lost the British guy.
Yeah.
God damn, we don't talk about fish and chips for one fucking minute. We got a sponsor other than fucking English ale and fish and chips, and he gets up and fucking leaves. And
quick.
the other one is a great date night too, and you just missed it. You could have. It was hindsight's fucking 2020, man. But you got 360 something days to plan out for next year to get to Midwest Best. Because Greg went up there, and he got the fucking special up there.
He got
chicken wings for Valentine's Day, right, Greg?
In a heart container.
Yeah. Then he went home and he took his shirt off and he laid him on his chest and he got barbecue sauce on his chest and Aloha, Greg's favorite new wing.
Actually, I ate him at work.
He fucking ate him at work with his friend.
Ate him at work.
Right. Him and his friends fed him to each other for
The
Valentine's.
British are leaving. The British are leaving.
I had to let my dog out, man.
Oh, he's got a dog too, huh?
That was awful fast to be.
Yeah.
No, I let the dog out. No. I'll let him in a minute.
The actual.
That is the most annoying dog in the United States of America.
Oh, you
No,
don't
Cole.
like the
love
dog?
him.
You got beef with the dog?
You might love him, but that fucking dog is in your shit. He is very intrusive.
Greg loves the dog. He just hates the cats.
Yeah, Greg can't wait till the fucking.
I feel like a little bit though that night Greg conquered his fear of cats a little bit because you did pet one. That was big.
Well, you made me pet it, and I'm just kidding. No, I did pet the cat.
Greg, Kieran made you touch his pussy.
Yes, I did.
And did you like it?
Did you like it?
It was very hairy,
Kieran got a hairy ass pussy,
but
That's bad.
smooth, very smooth hair though.
Smooth hair.
Yeah, I
that's
can
from
picture it.
that's from that fucking no fluoride in the goddamn water. It'll make your fucking pubic hairs real smooth.
Head and shoulders, baby.
Oh wait, we're talking about his pussy.
It's a glowing
Never mind.
endorsement. It's a glowing endorsement.
Right.
All right. So first off, Joey B, I think we all think that old boy misspoke. Oh geez, now we can't hear anything because Derek's here.
This motherfucker's live from Britain, from England,
All
London.
right, I want to mute Derek for a little bit because he's scratchy. But so Burrow, who was that? Greeny that was saying something about a thumb injury. We think he was still talking about, the wrist injury. Any concerns there with Joe Burrow and him being healthy for this next season with the
Three
wrist?
fucking hats,
Well,
Matt.
Matt made these hats.
Oh.
I know he did, but don't be fucking hating on my shit, Matt. Look at
He's
mine.
just talking
So
about-
nice.
But anyways, back to Joe Burrow.
I
Joe
asked this
Burrow,
motherfucker for one
concentrate,
of those
John.
hats too, by the way. Go ahead.
Okay. So Joe Burrow, any concerns? And we'll start with Kieran. So Kieran, with Joe Burrow, what's the business, bruv?
What
He's
is the
fine.
business,
I
bro? Go
think
ahead.
I think I saw a bunch of retweets and corrections. People saying that Greeny misspoke. He was supposed to be talking about his wrist, but he just misspoke and said his thumb. Sometimes that happens. I think Joe's fine. Inevitably, one of his ears will fall off in the preseason OTAs. He'll lose a toe or something. That seems to be the way things go for Joe in the preseason. So,
Diabetes.
Middle toes probably aren't as bad for you to
but
lose.
hey, he'll be the first quarterback to win a Super Bowl without a nose. So
Well, if he loses a toe too, then we'll call him 9-Toe Joe.
that's
And he
amazing.
wears the number 9.
So it's a good nickname.
He'll go down in history as 9-Toe Joe. And I'll make a fucking t-shirt that says it too. Don't even think I won't. 9-Toe Joe.
Any concerns? Derek, are you with us?
Yep, I'm here.
All right. You're not as loud as you were when you first got on here. It's a lot of
I had my heat on full blast. What's the business with the weather, bruv?
What is
It's
that?
about to snow.
I know. It was 60 degrees yesterday. But no, Joe Burrow, no worries until we get close to training camp and if we hear things but as of right now, no worries at all.
Greg.
I mean, I'm trying to gather this. Wasn't it misinformation? Didn't even Burrow make fun of it on Instagram or something? Or people making a big deal about it?
Well, everyone makes a big deal about everything. I mean, especially on X.
Right? No. Like what Derek said. Worry about it till training camp starts, or till they come back in April for voluntary camps. Let's just wait and see what happens then.
Well, the cast is already off, so that's good news, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to lie, though. It makes me worry a little bit. Why not? Why wouldn't I not worry? You know, when you hear that, you gotta, even if you don't believe it, it's in the back of your mind 5%.
Yeah.
So am I worried? I mean, it's not the first report that came out that said that when he first got hurt and they announced what the problem was, they said that is something that he should be able to come back, but there's still a chance that it would affect him like permanently. So am I worried? Fuck yeah, I'm worried a little bit. Yeah. I mean, we're picking 18. We never fucking sat around here and did a mock draft to see who the fuck is going to be available at 18 if something's wrong with Joe.
Oh, it's going to be J.J. McCarthy. No, he's going top 12 now.
No, we're going to trade up and get our fucking boy, Kieran.
Yeah, that's what franchises want. A guy who averages 126 passing yards a game because they hand the ball off 40 times because they have elite backs and elite line. J.J. McCarthy might need 2-3 years in the NFL just benched before he is developed enough to be able to compete for a job.
Nah, fucker's going first round. He won a national championship. You can ask Stenson Bennett, man. Winning them national championships get you fucking drafted in the first round.
Well, fourth for him.
Didn't you guys hear
Oh yeah, that's right. Never mind.
J.J. McCarthy would have been as good as Joe Burrow had he played on a team that actually threw the ball.
I do not want to hear that.
Yeah, and that's
it.
BS. So is Kenny Pickett, right? He has small hands, but he's as good as Joe Burrow. He played well his last year in college.
I talked to that motherfucker Tyler Kelly, and Kenny Pickett's elite still. Just let you know, he's still elite.
Yeah, I don't see it with McCarthy. My buddy John says, he doesn't see it with McCarthy. And he's called him a turd, so even better. But, I mean, he seems like, a decent leader, and he has good mobility, but when he passes the ball, he's just super inconsistent with his accuracy. And I'm sorry, man, that's not a guy that I would want to stake my franchise on. A lot of people have him going to Denver at 12. So you're going to get rid of Russ Wilson,
right,
and go with J.J. McCarthy next year. I don't see how that's helping.
And even just look at Michigan. Who have they had good at quarterback in the last 15 years?
Tom Brady. Tom Brady did.
Yeah, that was more than 15 years ago.
He didn't always play.
What I'm saying is, though, Tom Brady was benched for a fucking guy who went and played baseball.
Yeah, Drew Henson, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and then the best guy they've had at quarterback since then, the only guy who could beat Ohio State before, Harbaugh came to town was fucking Denard Robinson, and he didn't even tie his shoelaces. So I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. All right, so back to the Bengals for now. We'll get into some more draft stuff as we go. But another report or slash Captain Obvious type report from who is that guy that we all hate? Mike Florio, I think. That T. Higgins is likely to get the franchise tag.
Oh, my God.
Well, that's a fucking shocker. What?
Oh, my God. What? I know Browns fans are probably very shocked right now because they were all
done, baby. 5's deal done. Let's get
Browns fans were all confident that he was going to hit free agency.
He's going to be the Brown, man. They got fucking
yeah, careful how you word that.
Their salary cap, man. They got a shit ton of money to spend.
That's racist, job. Antoine, tell him.
What is? The fuck did I say?
You can't say. You said he's the Brown.
Oh, shut the fuck up, man. I said he's going to be a Brown.
You said it.
I apologize, Antoine. I didn't mean it.
Apologize to your bastard son who you didn't even raise.
Oh, yeah, Anthony, I'm sorry, son.
Browns aren't even going to have enough money to pay fucking practice squad.
That's what I'm saying. I never usually argue with anybody on Twitter, but this one Browns fan kept saying, how do you know that he's not tagged yet? I'm like, they said they were tagging. Well, you don't know that yet. I'm like, talking to a wall here with this one.
A very reputable source told
now,
me that it's
personally, I would still look at tagging and trading him because I don't want to go down the same path as we did with Jesse Bates. It's not what I think the Bengals will do, but I'll pass this one to you, Kieran. What would you do, and what do you think the Bengals will do with T. Higgins? What's the business, Bruv?
I'd tag and trade, honestly. I know I'm probably going to get a lot of hate from Bengals fans for saying that, but the reality of the situation is, if you tag him, you're potentially going to poison the well of getting a deal done, which is just going to, waste the money. And then there's the other side of it, his agent. His agent is a greedy little bitch. He just is. Like, we've seen what he got out of the Deshaun Watson deal, some other players in the league. He milks teams. And if we're paying a wide receiver that much money, it's Jamar Chase or nobody fucking else. I don't think we can... Oh, sorry, Joe. I don't think we could justify
The kid's already off.
anyone that much money as a wide receiver too. It's either got to be Jamar Chase or Justin Jefferson. Justin Jefferson's a bit of a pipe dream. But the fact that T's probably going to ask for more money than Jamar, because Jamar's already said he's going to take a team-friendly deal, it just really rubs me up the wrong way that he's got that agent. Because I think if he had a different agent, maybe a more reasonable agent who, you know, could actually book his clients for commercials and endorsement deals, you know, things outside the sport, then we may be able to get him down onto a like slightly more team-friendly deal. But I just don't see that happening. So tag him, probably get, you know, certain teams. We could get, you know, probably we could trade him for a first-round pick and then potentially some late-round picks, you know, even a player and a second, you know, seeing how it falls down. But if we could get some draft picks for him, I'd be more than happy to do that.
It's a good wide receiver class, too.
It's a very good wide receiver class.
I'm sure we're going to get a first-round pick for T, though, for real.
No, he
100%.
said we're second. I think you could get a high second. And a high second with this wide receiver class.
But
it's like when T went toward the top of the second round. The class is that good again.
Didn't the Dolphins get a first for Tyreek? No, the
Two
Chiefs
first.
get
The Chiefs got 2 firsts for Tyreek. And
Yeah.
AJ Brown, how much did how much was AJ Brown?
Hey, no offense to T, and this doesn't take anything away from him, but those teams, Miami and Philadelphia, were moronic to pay that much.
But
And
no,
it
I'm saying
it didn't
that,
work
that's
out.
the market. That's the market.
I'm just saying it didn't work out.
I think
I wanted to bring up Antoine's comment here because I understand, but I just don't agree, because if you sign T to the deal that he's going to get and you sign Chase to the deal he's going to get, and Joe's already signed, you're taking up a shit ton of cap space with 3 players. Where's the money for the defense? Where's the money for the offensive line? Where's the money for a good tight end, a running back, safeties, corners? There's no fucking money.
I think
love
money
T.
he's asking for should be spent on defense.
Maybe they'll figure it out, but if you got 3 players taking up 20 to 30% of the cap, where the fuck is the money for the rest of the team? 3 players cannot win you a Super Bowl.
Chop, I totally agree with you. I mean, you look at the Chiefs. Everybody thought the Chiefs were morons for trading Tyreek Hill. Everybody was ready to write them off, literally. And look what they did. Won 2 Super Bowls. I mean, I was talking. I mean, like you could easily. Nothing's easy, but let me ask you guys, the draft experts, this: isn't it a lot easier finding a 1,000-yard receiver in the later rounds than it is finding a DT or an OT?
Nakua, 6th round.
What's that? But I mean, I'm just saying,
5th round.
You look at Rice. You look at Rice for the Chiefs. I mean, they got him in the later rounds, and he worked out really well. But if they sign T to a deal, I'll be happy. But, compared to a year ago where I wanted to keep T 100%, you look at the Super Bowl teams. I know the Rams had Cooper Kupp, but you look at all these great receivers in the past: Julio Jones, Antonio Brown, A.J. Green, all these big-time – or Des Bryant. All these big-time receivers really never won a Super Bowl.
And you got to think about it. If you want a guy who's basically fills the T. Higgins role, if we're talking about size –
Don't even fucking say it. You're going to get me all boonered up.
Yoshi is almost identical physically to T. Higgins. His hands.
Now someone did get a boner.
His hands are not maybe as good, and his route running maybe isn't quite as clean, but he's the exact same height and weight. He runs pretty similar speeds, if not faster, from, he was a track athlete in college as well. So if you've got a guy like that who could pretty much step into the T. Higgins role and then improve over time, why would you keep T if you've got Yoshi?
Look, Kieran, you know me as the biggest Yoshi fan. Believe me. But Yoshi, now are you concerned about some of his drops that he had, like in the Cleveland game? Or
Yeah, but, Jamar Chase has never caught a pass in the preseason, basically. You remember that? He had a real big problem with when he come in, but I like Hawaiian Punch to take over that T. Higgins role.
Well, a funny thing is, Ken, since you brought Jamar Chase, my brother-in-law was giving me shit for Jamar Chase one year. He said, Chase led the league in drop catches. I'm like, nobody probably even noticed or gave a shit that he led the league in drop catches his rookie year.
He also had catches in the Super Bowl, dumbass.
Yeah.
If they start calling that kid Hawaiian Punch, Greg will drink nothing but
That's
Hawaiian
the
Punch.
name I've given to him.
Well, we got Hawaiian Punch. Let's get Kool-Aid on this team.
I always try to do funny little puns when I release articles.
No. So on offense, I'll have
touchdown was Hawaiian Punch,
offense. I'll have Hawaiian Punch, and defense, I'll have Kool-Aid. This is awesome.
and then we can draft another wide receiver. That's our best next door neighbor.
Yeah.
Yeah, Parker says,
Please.
"What's the business, bruv?"
What's the business, bro?
Hey, Parker, what's the business, bruv?
Well, right now we're talking the T. Higgins business. So, Derek, you want to give your thoughts on T? Since Iceman thought maybe you're asleep, but you're driving, so we hope you're not asleep because you're driving home from work.
You probably hear that
No, I'm not.
side of the road first.
Yeah. No, it's a really difficult situation because, like, you know, as a fan, I would love to keep him. You know, I love T. But when you're looking at it, I mean,
So does Kieran. He's
As
British.
yeah. As much as I hate to say it, the Chiefs are the model. You know, if you can do what the Chiefs did, then that's how you can win right now.
Well, we need a Chris Jones then, because that man
Yeah.
is pretty damn dominant. Which he said at the parade, he's probably not going anywhere. Which I thought maybe he would hit the open market, but his open market value is like $30 million projected
But
for
Yeah.
the season.
he also was drinking for like 3 days at the point where he said that. At what point are you going to go out in front of 100,000 of your own fans where everyone's fucking drunk and be like, fuck yeah, I'll go to another team
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
Like,
Who's
fair,
your ride,
that's fair.
Kansas City?
you got
I'm
to take
fucking
into
out
account
of
the
here.
setting he was in.
Now are
Yeah.
That's fair.
the Dolphins going to tag Wilkins? I hear they are, but then I hear they might not.
That's you won't know until either way. But I have heard like Daniel Jeremiah and others say, somebody on Twitter. Gosh, I'm sorry, I forgot your name. If you're watching, I think it's St. Palmy or whatever.
St.
Either way,
Palmy.
he said that he was listening to Kyle Krabs, or one of those people who are more of a Dolphins fans. They heard that they might let him hit the market. I don't know. I think they're going to tag him because D tackles, man, it's hard to find really good ones, and you don't want to let them leave. That's the problem with free agency, and that's one of the reasons, as we kind of can switch over to draft talk here, that I'm so high on like Johnny Newton, Jerzon Newton. I see him sliding down to like pick. I love everything about the guy. I think he's a stud. I'd love to get him on this team. Now, yes, we have that big right tackle gaping hole. Drink for gaping hole. But
Why don't we fuck off our second round pick and see if we can get Daron Payne? Or I would actually donate both of my testicles if we could get Osa Odigizua from the Cowboys. I fucking love that.
Hey,
He's
I'll donate both your
baller.
testicles if the Bengals move up in the draft in the first round.
I don't think we need to for Newton, and I
For
think
who?
one of the right
Jaden
tackles are going to be there. Like,
Chop Point's neighbors.
We ain't getting neighbors. First of all, let me just say this. I think that probably a better fit for the team would be Brian Thomas Jr.
Yeah.
Am I wrong?
100%.
So, as much as I fucking love Malik Neighbors, I think a better fit for our team, especially replacing T, is Brian Thomas Jr.
yeah, if you were tagging and trading T and recouping even a second round pick, a high second for him, then Brian Thomas, to me, becomes so much more in play at pick 18.
Yep.
I would love to be able to add like Brian Thomas and is Jerzon Newton, is Johnny Newton fallen? Then I'm going to trade back into the first.
Yep.
And get him toward the end of I'm going to trade ahead of the Chiefs if they lose Chris Jones, because they would love to have Johnny Newton. I can guarantee you that. So that would be a dream right there. Like,
Jesus, that would be scary, wouldn't it?
I'd love to get Newton
Up there with Jones, if they sign Jones. If they got Jerzon Newton in the draft, though, Chris Jones is gone. They're not signing him.
Oh, yeah, no chance.
well,
No
and we'll
fucking-
know all that beforehand, and we can have shows, and we will have shows during free
will.
agency for where
Oh, yeah.
people go where and this, that, and the other. But just looking at the draft and the current landscape now, Kieran, what position would you go right now, expecting T to get franchised? Just rolling off of that last question. So, what position are you looking at the most, knowing Jonah's probably gone, and D tackle, we don't know for
It-
sure,
it-
but
it-
BJ Hill is here. So what's the business, bruv, on the first round?
It's going to be right tackle or defensive tackle. I don't think there's like any other option. Like, I'm pretty vocal about maybe not thinking Frank can develop O-line guys, but if you get a guy like J.C. Latham, who's from Alabama, you know that is what they do. They make pro football players.
Yeah,
They're
but
not-
they have not. Their tackles have not hit like I expect them to. And I was watching Latham just yesterday again, a couple more games of him again. And when he misses, he misses badly. And like he'll lunge and get so far out in front, you know. And it doesn't always cost them, but it does at times. I mean, he's a mauler in the run game. But are the Bengals going to be more balanced? That's my concern.
I would also like Fuaga at right tackle.
Yeah, I like Fuaga
because he dominates the fucking run game. He's an actual monster. You know, maybe passing protection is not ideal, but like it's still pretty good.
Yeah. Yeah, and then there's guys like Guyton. So Tyler Guyton, who has just the upside is insane. I really like him. I know Derek's really high on him. So that's another guy. Amarius Mims, only 8 starts, 6 this season at Georgia. But the tape you watch is great tape of him. So any thoughts on either of those two guys at right tackle also?
I mean, I'd be happy with pretty much anyone, but I want Latham and Fuaga are the guys I'm really looking for. But what I'm more interested in is how we play the later rounds. Are we going to go after some more wide receivers, some more running backs, some more corners, safeties? Just what depth pieces are we going to go after? Because providing free agency goes well, we're only basically after the first 2 rounds going to have to draft for depth. There's not going to be a real need pick there, so I'm kind of hoping we get a little bit more interesting 3rd round onwards.
I'm hoping that we hammer free agency. I've been saying this, and it doesn't have to be the top of the line guys, but like Illuminor, and I know that's a big debate on Twitter is Illuminor. Well, you know, he hasn't been facing the T.J. Watts and this and Myles Garrett every game. No, he hasn't, but they do play those guys. Well, they run a different offense.
Twice a year.
Khalil Mack and Joey Bosa.
And Illuminor knows too. I'm from London, so if he needs snacks from back home,
right.
I can
You guys were mates.
Prawn cocktail walkers, Jaffa cakes, Tunnocks caramel wafers, pot noodles, curry sauce, whatever he wants, I'm good.
Buck Joy.
Buck Choi. That guy.
Yeah,
we can
Jermaine
take him to
Illuminor.
see the Dodgers and famous Italian baseball player Shoni Antoni. It's just going to be a great
We
time.
got Jungle Gyms over here. We got Jungle Gyms that can get him anything he wants.
Not anything. They don't have some critical key items, but I got a hookup for that.
Yeah, but they got Jaffa
okay.
cakes. I went in there and got them for your ass.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck else does he need besides Jaffa cakes and some Newcastle?
He will probably need a couple cans of Lilt. Lilt is fucking good.
They don't have that at Jungle?
They don't anymore, no.
We'll have to talk to the guy.
But anyway, no, one position that I would not be surprised if they go at 18, it would not surprise me at all is corner. If one of the top corners is there, that honestly would not surprise me. Don't get me wrong. The trenches is our first priority, but it would not shock me at all if we went corner in the first round. Not at all.
Well, do we re-sign DJ Reader? And he is a different type of player, and I don't see Tavondre Sweat at 18. But if we don't re-sign Reader, I think you almost have to hammer that in free agency. Why are we all off the street?
I just figured as long as everybody else is, I'm going to make it the fucking Kieran show. I don't know how to make you big, Kieran, or I'd make you big.
If we did the Kieran show, you just have to listen to me talk about a guy I want us to take in the 5th round from Canada.
Oh, wrong one. There you go.
Damn, I look good, yeah.
Yeah, you look good for a fucking Brit.
All right, so
Thank
who's
God-
some of your
Thank God you
favorite
came
guys?
to America.
Let's going back to the draft. Which go ahead and plug. Like, aren't you going to be part of a draft guide? Go ahead and plug that, and then I'll ask some more draft questions.
So over at the touchdown.co.uk, we've put a full team together this year. I did it with the jet sweep last year, same group of guys. just not by myself this time. So it's going to go at the touchdown.co.uk. Prices isn't confirmed, but you're probably looking about $3. And yeah, we're going to be, I think we got like 300 players. We're cutting down to a lot less than that right now, but we're going to have almost 20 guys at each position group. I've been doing corners and safeties. I need to watch film of other positions because I'm going a little bit insane, but I've watched so many hours of all the corners and safeties in this draft. If you've got any questions about any of them, I can rattle off anything right now.
That guide is beautiful too. The layout and everything looks really good.
I'm excited for everyone to see it.
I got a question for you.
Yeah.
I got a question for you on corners and safeties.
Uh-huh.
Give me one good guy, one good special teams guy that our guy is going to say, I want this guy in the 5th, 6th, 7th round, somewhere around there.
It's going to be the Canadian guy, Quantez Stiggers. So, played in high school, never got to go to college. He signed up for a JUCO, but then had some family issues. A member of his family passed away. So he went straight to fan-controlled football, balled out, got a CFL contract, balled out, and his game needs a lot of tweaking. He won most outstanding rookie, I think, whatever they call it, basically defensive rookie of the year in the Canadian Football League. And the traits are there. He has great long speed. He can stick to receivers really well. Like, he just is hippie. He plays really well. He's also got really good ball skills and really good football IQ, but the level of competition isn't there, being in the CFL and fan-controlled football. He hasn't even competed at the D1 level. You can argue what level the CFL's at, but it's a different game. But you can see how well he can cover guys, because in the CFL, before a play, as a receiver, you can take off in a straight sprint from 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage before the ball is snapped. So he's having to stick with guys like that almost every single play. So, physically, he is amazing. So if you could get him on special teams with his ball handling, the way he hits people, his speed, he would be an absolute monster on special teams. He would be a difference maker week 1 on special teams. Whether he's punt coverage, kickoff coverage, even kickoff returns, he would be amazing.
Well, I think with Mike Hilton entering the last year of his deal, that a slot corner in 3rd through 5th round range makes sense, and to have as a backup, because Jalen Davis, we don't know if they'll bring him back, and even if they do, is that gonna they need to have a better long-term plan. So yeah, who is kind of your guys maybe for slot corner in those mid-round areas?
Mid-round areas, that's a good question. I got to see where my ratings are, because I had to change a couple guys around.
I'll mention one that I'm pretty high on. A couple names like Mike Sanderstill from Michigan.
I was just about
Chris
to bring him up.
Abrams Drain from Missouri. There's quite a few.
Where do you think Josh Newton goes?
I think Newton could be a 2nd-round pick. He's a guy who's been He's a 6th-year guy or something like that. 5 years starter, but he didn't have a good season.
As a slot corner, he's that perfect build for it as well. Just about 6 foot, 190 pounds. He's very good, really smooth, fluid transitions. His motion's good. He's also got really light feet, so he can really turn and maneuver well. He's got good click and close ability. Not sure about him playing outside, but like you said, if you want a guy who's going to replace Mike Hilton, I think that might be a guy to look at too.
Yeah, and replace doesn't mean for this season. Just looking at contracts, and as Hilton's getting up there in age, I think Hilton's a really good player. I have nothing against Hilton.
Even if we just use him as a rotational piece and we kind of see how he fits in that Mike Hilton role.
Max Melton's another guy. Max Melton's another guy I like from Rutgers.
Sorry, is this Hilton's last year under contract?
Going into, yes.
Yeah, going in, yeah.
Charles Smith Wade, Max Melton, Mike Sanderstill, Chris Abrams Drain. Kind of anybody in that group that kind of interests you? Because those are 4 other guys that I'm got right in that 3rd, 4th round area, and I think they're all slot corners.
I think Sanderstill's kind of probably one of the better guys in that list. Like I said, ideal slot corner build. the things you look for in a slot corner and the way he like transitions really well off the line. He's very, very fast. He maneuvers well. But the thing that is kind of underrated in slot corners, he's actually very good at run support. He comes down, he seals gaps off the line. He's phenomenal at doing that. So that's a guy I would like too. I think he's probably one of the better slot corners. But
I think so too. I'm not sure how high he'll go. I think he could even slide into like the second round.
Well, if we're picking premium on corner, if slot corner, I mean, Kalen King's probably the best slot corner. He might fall into the first round still.
Bro has lost his confidence, had a shitty Senior Bowl week. I am not a Kalen King fan.
Yeah, you'd probably lose your confidence too if you played for fucking Penn State. They're dog shit. But he's coming to a premier organization in the league.
But like,
they're like, oh, hey, do you want to go play in the fucking famous Idaho Potato Bowl, even though you've played your ass off all year? Or do you want to come to Bengals and play in a goddamn Super Bowl? I don't know what's going to give you more confidence.
Yeah, but the Senior Bowl's different, man. That's a job interview. And we've had, a couple different guys on. Every one of them said that were there. They were like, Kalen King played like dog shit. See, at every practice, he couldn't stop anybody.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I've flopped job interviews and then still gone on and worked in the same field and been fantastic.
You flocked them?
You feel what I'm trying to say? I've flopped a job interview, been terrible,
you flopped it,
and then got a higher paying job in the same field. So I reckon he's got it. He just needs to be like, oh shit, I am actually somewhere where football matters. This is my living now. And I think it will give him that confidence back.
Huh. Yeah, he scares me, but
well, you want Cooper DeJean, whatever the fuck his name is.
No, I think he goes in the first round, and I'm not sure if he's safety or an outside corner, but like, what are your thoughts on Max Melton? Do you have anything on him from Rutgers? Because that's a guy I really like too. So.
Eminem.
Yeah, I got him down. Hold on.
That's
and
Eminem.
he had a pretty decent Senior Bowl week, but he's a guy who's kind of been on the radar. Similar to Kalen King for 2 or 3 years, where it's like they could come out and they haven't.
He looked good at the Senior Bowl. It's just another guy that, the things you look for in slot corners. Moves really well. His click and close ability is good. The thing I like about him as well, he's a willing tackler, but he actually has the technique as well, where you find a lot of corners who are like, you want them to be like willing to tackle because like not a lot of corners are. But sometimes the downside of these guys to just lay the lumber is they can't actually tackle. Like they just go high or get shook off or their technique's terrible. Melton's actually got the technique to back up, his play style. So I think he'd also be good to go after, but I'm not sure how high anyone's valuing him.
Yeah, I've got him as a third round guy. So like, maybe toward the end of that day 2, I think he's a nice, solid, potential player. And I think that would be a guy like Derek was talking special teams. I mean, he's been around, done it all for years. So
the best part about that as well is, especially if he's stepping in to potentially replace a guy like Mike Hilton, he's going to get lots of training reps at Mike Hilton's position, but we're only going to see him on the field in, special team situations predominantly, which just means it gives him way more time to develop, and it's going to help him work on that things that will help him at corner, like, maybe getting a bit better at bringing down NFL-sized guys, just, getting his speed right, his angles right, things that necessarily you can't train if you're starting at that cornerback position, but you're going to be able to develop if you're doing it in special teams.
Damn, I don't know what is going on with Derek's.
I don't know, man.
Audio, but it's...
This car's beatboxing.
Yeah. Yeah, I had down from Melton anticipation, ball skills, aggressive tackler, football IQ.
Yeah.
Like all of that sounds very similar to Mike Hilton, So when I think of like somebody that could potentially replace him, I would love to have somebody in a similar mold, as him, because he's the guy who's performed well on this defense. So,
although I will say, when I'm doing my pros and cons for these lists, I am shocked to say that for Cooper DeJean out of Iowa, I'm not allowed to put White as a negative. So
that's up there on the list. And coming off the leg injury, And if he's going to stay at corner, he needs to just be more consistent in his technique as some of the things I had for him.
He was a track athlete, so we know he's got
basketball player.
He's
a freak.
He's like the one hope we've got of being able to cover people when we play the race ball. So,
right.
Because McCaffrey's going to have to play corner in that game. I don't think people understand that. McCaffrey and Cooper Kupp are going to have to be doing
double duty.
Yeah,
but Cooper DeJean has a chance to be the actual guy who can come in and play corner at a decent level.
Be the first starting white guy since 2002?
I heard he's freakishly fast.
Yeah, he was a track athlete. He was a sprinter. He's an absolute fucking monster.
Sneaky fast.
His basketball highlights are fun too.
Oh yeah, he's an incredible athlete. He's one of the athletes. You don't get athletes like this come around that often.
Did you say safety was the other one that you've done a lot of work on?
Yeah, safety's the other group I'm working on. Couple guys who I think would.
Well, I want to ask first, who do you have at number 1? For me, it's Newman from Minnesota.
I was going to say, I might be controversial because between me, it's going to be either Nubin or for some reason, I don't like him as a cover safety, but James Williams out of Miami.
He's a linebacker, man.
Yeah, but that's why I fucking like him. He's like a Jamal Adams type fucking dude. He can cover, mainly probably best off sticking him on a tight end. But
that's why I think
as shit, dude.
Transitioning him to linebacker for that reason of a linebacker that strictly covers the tight end and running backs, I think he'd be great at.
Do you know James Williams' measurables?
Yeah, he's 6'4", 230.
He's 6'5", 220. He is a monster, and the way he runs,
I think at the Senior Bowl he was 6'4", 230.
He's got big ass strides. It looks weird. He looks like Randy Moss when he's covering people because those big long strides, which can create problems. But if we're potentially in a running down situation, you can stick him in the middle of fucking Logan Wilson and Pratt just as a gap sealer. He's an animal, dude.
I'll tell you somebody who I was super high on is Kalen Bullock.
I like
from
him
USC. He is a freak athlete too at 6'3", great ball skills.
He needs to get his weight up because I think he was only about 190, but still, his football IQ is ridiculous. When you watch him play on that USC defense, he's doing all the talking, all the communications. He's making sure everyone's making their adjustments. He really anchored that defense.
Yeah, some people are saying they even wonder if some teams would try him at corner, a long, big corner. And I could see it a little bit, but I still like him at safety.
I don't think he's got the long speed to ever play at corner. He's really good in short range situations or coming down onto people, but covering dudes, there's not a chance. He just doesn't have that level of speed up the field. You're going to have to put so much pressure on a quarterback for him not get outdone in these situations. And also he has the problem that Khair Elam had where he's a big long guy, but he doesn't know how to operate his body correctly yet. You see a lot of trips, stumbles, hands are everywhere, drawing penalties and stuff. So he's a guy who's going to need development, but could legitimately be a monster.
Yeah, I'm really high on him. Most of the negatives I have for him are just the strength, the bulk, the size.
Things that can be ironed out.
And finishing tackles. So that's one thing as a safety, and I think that's why people are maybe he would just be a really big, if he went to Seattle where they've drafted Woola and they've had Sherman and those guys in a system like that where they value big corners, I think he could do it.
Because literally, you said that about the tackling is one of my biggest cons. I've put while he tackles well, the technique is so inconsistent, and especially as games drag on, the later a game gets, the worse his technique gets, the lower he starts to run his motor. He just doesn't keep up the consistent tempo all game. Like I said, the anchoring is great, the communication is great, the IQ, all of that. Yeah. But he doesn't stay consistent with all of his weapons.
And he's just now turning 21 in April, so he's a young player.
A lot of time.
Yeah, I surprisingly was very high on him, and that wasn't a knock on guys like Bullard, who may be more of a slot corner in the NFL from Georgia. What's up, Chop?
What?
I don't know.
They're doing hand signals.
No, he's like copying what I'm doing. It's cool.
Oh.
But no. I wanted to point out something quickly. You guys talked about Jamal Adams. Look, I know he's getting cut, but I know he had 2 bad injuries. Is he even worth taking a look at in free agency? I know we're talking draft, but is he even worth taking a look at in free agency?
If you want a linebacker, yeah. But like,
Yeah.
I say this as a big fan of Jamal Adams. That motherfucker cannot play safety. He is a dog shit safety. But
I think he's done. I think he's
fantastic in the box. He also holds the coolest scoop and score of all time when he literally took the ball out of Daniel Jones's hands while he was trying to pass the ball and just cribbed it. So
fair.
Yes, suck it now, Chop. Yes, suck it now, Chop. Try to copy off me now.
Here I will, motherfucker.
Oh my god.
No. The fuck?
Chop is the bizarro Greg.
That's right.
Said.
Yeah, I'm copying off right now, Greg. What's
backwards.
Up?
Did you name your nipples Romeo and Charlie?
It's not true. It's not true. He named the right one pork and the left one's chop.
Yep, that's exactly what I did.
Pork chop.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Is that what happened, Greg?
Pork chop.
All right, Joe Mixon, another Bengals topic. Let's go to that.
I thought you were going to copy off me and all that, so have some fun with it.
So
Joe
you have to
Mixon.
do the same dance moves as Greg.
No, I'm not, dude. Guys, I had a headache
I've
from
been
work.
practicing all week.
There'll be none of that
today.
today.
I've been trying the dot block.
Greg.
There.
If the people want it,
You did today.
you
You
guys
do the
need to
British
start
version.
saying in the chat that you want. Yeah, do your British.
Today he does the
dance.
British
I
version.
don't have no British dance. I'm tired. You're lucky to have me on.
Yeah.
Wearing these sunglasses for a reason today to make it look like I'm up. And I'm just kidding. I really am up. But.
You're living the life of a rock star, wearing sunglasses indoors to interviews. No
No,
cameras.
I wear it because
no
I have
cameras.
the shiny. I wear it because I have the shiny ass light on me.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not gonna lie. It
time
sounds
to
like a long day
dance.
if you've had a bad day at work and then you have to shine a ring light in your eyes.
Yeah, on top of that, I get to go into work tomorrow with the snow.
Oh god, I'll be wearing sunglasses too, Greg.
Exactly, Buck Joy.
Butt Joy.
It's a long story.
No, Butt Joy sounds like something Chop would like.
It's Buck
Yeah,
Joy.
Why not?
I know.
You guys ever had a finger in the ass?
Him and Santori were like, "What the hell you mean?" I'm like to him and Santori one time, "Who is Buck Joy?" And they're like looking at me like, "What do you?"
Which,
what?
like, fair enough. It's because of how you pronounce Buck Joy. Buck Joy.
Yeah,
Sounds-
Derek said his phone overheated.
yeah, I know.
Actually, that's happened to me before when I've had the show on in the car with the camera or whatever. It overheated.
So the show is so fire that it overheats your phone.
It's so fire.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well, we're international. This show's an international show.
So you know what I think we need to do, because it's Friday and we do this. It's probably a mock draft. We've
Yeah,
got
probably
another-
so.
Got another draft guy on here. And, we'll just see how it goes. We typically use the mock draft database. Just seems to get you closer than some of the other ones. Maybe we'll use some other ones sometime.
Well, I like it because it also shows you what your previous picks were and everything. It's the most user friendly
Can you
version.
do player trades on there?
I mean, you can do trades, but
Because I was
we
going
don't.
to say, the Bears are 100% trading Justin Fields.
Yeah,
to
we
the
Steelers.
Dude,
We don't
what
do
the
all
fuck?
that.
Look, I love Jarzon Newton,
We just
but
do the Bengals.
there's no fucking way. But if he's there, I would take Brock Bowers.
Who's
Well,
there? Let's
this-
see the board.
This is one of them. There's your guy Cooper. There's your guy Brian Thomas. There's your Byron Murphy and Jerzon for D tackle. Amarius Mims at right tackle. And Brock Bowers at tight end that a lot of people are high on now.
It's between Brian Thomas or Byron
Did you
Murphy
see
for
the,
the air at that point in the draft.
So wide
Yeah.
receivers, Thomas and Coleman. Interior O-line, a lot of people love Jackson Powers Johnson. I do too. I don't see the Bengals taking a center with their first pick. Even if you wanted to move Ted, I just don't see it happening. There's J.J. McCarthy if you want
There you
your
go.
next Joe Burrow.
Right. Just
So
in case he's
Bowers
still
at
hurt.
tight end. Newton and Murphy and Sweat, the top 3 D tackles are on the board. Cooper DeJean, literally rated 18th on this board, is on the board at pick 18. Kitchens, Newbins at safety. Edge, Chop Robinson's there. Darius Robinson, those are 2 guys if you wanted to go edge. Futana from Washington, Guyton, Mims, all those guys, are there. What, Greg?
See the screen right here? From our buddy Matt.
Well,
yeah,
I was
sent
on
it to him in the group chat.
All right.
I was gonna say I was on the mock draft, Greg. So no, I wasn't seeing the screen.
No, here he is.
I was on a whole different screen. But here is our mock draft. So we've got 5 of us on here. We'll have to come to a consensus on the pick. To me, it's down to Bowers or Newton, just based on talent. I've got Bowers at 5 on my board and Newton at 10 on my board. And that's no knock on Cooper DeJean, Brian Thomas, Mims, Byron Murphy. Like, a lot of good talent here at pick 18. But who do you guys want to go?
My only issue with Brock Bowers is he looks like a 40-year-old man who works in IT.
No, when I saw what he looked like, I'm like, are you kidding me? That's him?
I don't know if I want a player with that little drip coming into the building. He's going to fucking walk up in clothes he bought from Kohl's with Kohl's cash.
Honestly,
I just don't know if I want that in the building.
Yeah, Trey Henderson. Thank you, John.
Huh?
Yeah, but have you seen Trey has a futuristic litter tray for his cats? The man is built different. His cat shits in a giant donut mounted on the wall. That's the type of shit I can get behind. Not a dude who looks like a mechanic comes in the building wearing fucking cargo shorts and flip-flops. I ain't trying to deal with that. We're trying to go to a Super Bowl and just be swagged out, dripped out, not some dude who looks like
you're gonna wish that
to be a
fucking guy was
star.
there, Kieran, when your car won't start after the fucking game in lot 1. He'd come give us a jump.
My car will start because I'm not going to buy an American car. It will be fine.
Oh, your car will start because it's a fucking Uber.
Yeah.
If we take Bowers, I'm going to riot.
If we take who?
Bowers.
If we take Bowers, I will fucking riot.
All right, chat. What are your thoughts, Bowers or Newton? And we've taken Newton before, so part of me, we've never had Bowers on the board.
First of all, those first 2 picks aren't going to be there, and so my pick would be Newton.
All right, let's start with Matt. Let's work our way up to the
right.
top, which is Kieran. So, because what's the business, bro? But
What
Matt,
is the business?
who is your pick here at pick 18 in this mock draft?
1,000% Newton. We need trenches. Trenches is what's going to get us to a Super Bowl, not a fucking skill position with a tight end. Unless we fill all of that and we go balls deep in free agency and actually spend some money and solidify a right tackle, gap right tackle, and we load up on D tackle and DN, well, I'd be okay with taking Bowers at that point. But that's most likely not going to happen. We had last year's draft to draft any tight end we wanted, and we didn't do it. So if we take Bowers,
No, that's not true. If Dalton Kincaid was there, we were going to take him, they said.
I don't believe that. I don't.
All right, so we've got 1 vote for Jerzon Newton. Greg, you're up.
Yeah, go ahead, Greg.
Well,
Kool-Aid.
now Kool-Aid would be my pick and all, but no, I got to go Newton. Got to build within the trenches. And by the way, Kieran, Newton does like the dog from the movie Up, I heard. So that's a good positive.
That's a bonus.
Yeah.
I think he's a big fan of the Moana soundtrack as well.
Well, no. So Dale, we were at the Pittsburgh game. Kieran was like saying something like Kenny Pickett doesn't like the dog for the movie Up, and everybody started cracking up. So, but yeah, Newton does like the dog.
I've got an itemized list of what I was yelling at that game.
Yeah.
So, Greg, who'd you go? You went with Newton?
Yeah, got to be up in the trenches.
You said forget Brock Bowers.
Dude,
Yeah.
I'll still be happy, but it's not going to happen. I mean, we have so many other needs, man. I'm not gonna bitch or anything. I just go Newton. I just don't believe we would take Bowers if he was there. James Rapine was talking about they were talking tight ends. I don't buy it. If Bowers is there, I do not see us taking him. I'm sorry. I want a tight end, but I just don't see it happening.
Man, he's 5th overall on my board, so I'm not sure, man. It'd be hard to pass that talent.
No, hey,
Go ahead. But I like so we got 2 Newtons. Can we get a Brock Bowers on here? John?
All right. So is it my turn?
Yep.
So this is what I'm saying. First of all, if we don't sign an offensive tackle, if we don't sign a right tackle in free agency, our pick is going to be offensive tackle. It's not going to be any of these that you can see on your screen right now.
So you
Now,
think it's
what I'm
Mims?
saying is we solidify the right tackle position in the offseason so that we don't have to focus on it in round one. And almost every mock draft that I go to, if Newton is there, I just automatically pick it. But fucking Brock Bowers is never there. And if this was a real draft, I'm gonna go with Brock Bowers, even though I love Jarzon Newton, because you're bringing up the same fucking argument that you had with Chase and Penei Sewell back in the day. And you give fucking Joe Burrow another weapon like Brock Bowers, please, come on a rookie fucking contract, first round draft, 5 years on that contract. Cheap as
Burrow
fuck.
doesn't throw to tight ends, man.
He doesn't
All
throw
right.
to a tight end because he doesn't have a fucking tight end, Matt.
No, Matt, in all fairness, look at the past Super Bowls where tight ends have won. Gronk, Kelsey. I mean,
He doesn't have a tight end.
I know we need to
Look
build
at
the
their
trenches
trenches.
back, but Brock, the good tight ends win the Super Bowls, buddy.
I'm just saying, like, this guy is-
Laporta made a hell of a difference in Detroit.
He did.
this guy
They had a
is
good
a
offensive
fucking
line, in all
generation-
fairness. They had
Hold
a
on,
good
it's my turn, Greg. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah,
have Brock
fuck you,
Bowers,
Jack.
Greg. You didn't
Isn't
even
Brock
pick-
Bowers, isn't he like a fucking generational fucking type talent here at tight end?
supposed
Yes.
to be. Doesn't have the
Why?
size necessarily, but receiving wise, it's pretty special.
Who would you compare him to in the NFL now?
Man, I think you go all the way back to a guy who was picked 6th overall because his athleticism, because I think he'll test really well too, and it's Vernon Davis. So it's not a guy that's out there right now, but that's the comp I would give him, is just like super explosive, not the biggest guy, but pretty damn good.
I mean, I want Newton
Atlanta's
real
tight end was supposed to be a generational talent, and he's done so well.
Who?
Atlanta's tight end,
Kyle Pitts.
Yeah.
Kyle Pitts,
Well,
generational talent, hasn't done
Also,
shit.
he
Well,
had
he
geriatric
had a
fucking
1,000
Matt
yards.
All
Ryan.
right, guys, we gotta move this on. So I'm gonna go Bowers also, just because he's higher on my board, and that's no knock on Newton. But now we're 2-2 with Kieran.
We're
Have to
sucking
break
each
the
other off right
tiebreaker.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
scroll down.
No, you have to pick Newton or Bowers.
Yeah,
Just
you have
'cause.
to settle the debate, Kieran.
Well,
You don't get a
I don't
pick.
want fucking either of them. I want
Oh, that's
Sorry
not.
about your
That's
luck.
not.
I want fucking Murphy. He's way better.
Nah, you lost that vote in 1776, motherfucker. Pick one of the two we picked.
Hey, you know what? Hey,
Hey, first of all, my people won that war for you. You should be yanking my dick every time you see me to thank me for the freedoms my people have provided for you, motherfuckers. I know you all like Irish guacamole too. Don't fucking lie.
Shepherd's pie is with beef, not
Hey,
lamb.
tell them Native Americans.
Shepherd's pie is fucking lamb, you absolute homo.
I love
What I am
it.
saying is, Murphy, if I have to pick between Brock Bowers and Jarzon Newton at this spot, I'm taking Brian Thomas. Fuck that.
You can't pick off the.
If
Hey, you
there's
know
an
what?
LSU
I'm-
player, it's going to Kieran.
Greg's gonna change his pick to Brock Bowers.
I'm changing my pick to Brock Bowers.
Oh
I'm
my god.
Matt, tight ends win Super Bowl. Suck it.
Yeah, they sure do.
Draft
Hey,
Jane
plus,
Daniels.
hopefully we can get Sweat in the second round, but I doubt it.
Oh my god, help us.
Hey, Matt, we're fine in the second round. We do good in the second round, buddy. Just hang in there.
Sanders. We'll take Bowers and Sanders.
Let's pick Sanders. Let's double up.
Yes, you're going to do 2 tight end set.
Two tight ends.
2 tight ends set.
That's definitely in the West Coast offense.
We're going to
Well,
take hey,
God.
we realized we fucked up last year and didn't take a tight end. So the first 2 picks this year, we're taking tight end.
Christ.
Well, if you look at D tackles, I feel like we did fuck up because now
We're
you're
gonna
down to
draft-
Chris Jenkins, Leonard Taylor, Michael Hall would be in more consideration than any of the other guys on this board.
We're
for me.
gonna draft 7 fucking tight ends this year with this
That's right,
mentality. I
yeah.
swear to fucking God. And Tanner Hudson will still end up starting over all of them.
Yeah.
And I don't love what we have at offensive tackle. So this is the problem when you take Brock Bowers. What are you left with everywhere else?
We
got
got
a yellow guy.
Jermaine Moore though at right tackle. We signed him to a 3-year deal.
I like TJ Tampa, but I think he's an outside corner.
Well,
Edge,
is that what
Isaac
you need?
Norris. If you just look at the top of the board overall, Newbin
Oh, Newbin. Oof.
at safety, Worthy, a wide receiver. We're not doing a second tight end. Frazier, a center. Cooper, a linebacker. Kieran, any other ones you want to look at here?
Fuck. I don't know. We could go on Edger and Cooper.
We screwed up, guys. We took a tight end and we screwed up.
Well, no
We'll hit restart.
shit.
Hit restart.
Hit restart, he says.
If you don't like who you get, you can just hit restart. There we go.
Yeah. Couldn't do that in 1812, could you, Matt?
What happens if we would have picked the other guy? Freaking
Newton?
no. The
You
other
could have had Sanders in the second. I'd rather have.
Yeah, that's
I'd
my
rather
point.
have
We could take him
Newton
as D tackle.
and Sanders.
Take Newton, then get Sanders.
This is the first time ever a redo.
God dang right. I tried to tell you about
Bowers
it.
is going to be there again, and we're going to.
Bowers is going to be there again. Yeah, he is.
This is
All right, we're
unrealistic.
taking Bowers again. Bowers?
Take Newton. Take.
Let's just take Newton. Let's make Matt happy. Take Newton.
So, Matt, don't stroke out on us.
Wait, what happened with Kool-Aid? Is he on there?
There he is, McCarthy, baby, second round.
You're right.
Sweat is now on the board. This is what they do.
Take him.
to us.
Take him.
Take him. Oh, take Sanders. Sanders.
Hey,
No,
we
no,
want to be in
double
the
up.
trenches, man. Let's double
Double
up and
up
get
and
Sweat.
take Sweat.
Double
Or
up.
Sanders.
Let's take Sweat. Let's just double up. Take him by the horns.
Yeah, hook
Well,
him.
we've got a vote
You
here.
did not
Hey.
just say fucking hook 'em. Now those motherfuckers are in the SEC.
fucking-
Disgusting.
Hey, Kieran, tell me if I'm wrong. We get Jerzon Newton. We get Tervondre Sweat. Bob's your uncle, motherfucker.
Yeah, we'll be absolutely crazy.
So you guys want Sweat? We take
Yes.
him all the time.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm from Europe. I sweat in 40-degree weather. Be serious.
All right.
Either
Well,
Sweat or
we're
Sanders.
building the
There you
trenches.
go.
We got a B
Goddamn.
plus.
I got a
You
fucking.
know why we
boner.
got a B plus? Because we already took a D tackle. They don't
that
realize
B
our
is
needs.
Dale. That B's for boner.
Fair enough.
Trey Benson. Here we go.
All right. Now, if you want to look at O tackles, I'm not as high on Omega G.
Yeah,
from
but
Yale.
I like his first name.
Kieran.
Yeah.
At least he got it spelled
And
right.
Greg likes
What's
him
the safety?
because Greg's big
Greg
on
love him.
Ivy League guys with Yoshi Vass.
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
Also, that's more close to the way he spells your name every time.
Yeah, exactly.
True.
Like Kieran, I literally say Kieran, and you keep. Oh my god.
What we
Well,
got?
we
wait,
talked
if you-
about the need for corners. You talked about Newton. We talked about Sanders Still. They're both
If
here in
Sandra
the
Steele's
third.
there, fucking yes.
Let's get the Michigan corners. Let's keep loading up on
There you
Michigan.
go.
Hammer it. Yeah.
So-
Oh, another boner.
Similar to last year, we are hammering defense early. Will it pay off more this year? I hope so.
I would also do that trade. That's a very good trade.
We don't do trades.
Yeah,
Tight end.
not
Go
on the
tight
mock
end.
draft.
Yeah, I like Cedric
tight end?
Gray. Well, Cade Stover from Ohio
Cade
Hey,
State.
over.
Honestly,
Spencer Rattler.
if he's there in the fucking 5th, we should fucking take Estime.
Yeah. And Estime would be in the
Everyone's talking about
conversation.
AJ Dillon, and Estime is a very similar player.
I'm higher on Ray Davis. He's just
I-
older.
Yeah. Listen, I just listened to Dale, so I'm high on Ray Davis too.
Jordan Jefferson for the trenches.
Wide receiver, you got Jalen McMillan, Brendan
Go
Rice.
D-line. Go D-line.
We took two already.
It doesn't
You can't
matter.
get enough of the
Jordan
D.
Jefferson is there.
Oh shit.
Not take corner. We already took a corner. Interior line. I like Mahogany. I really do. But yeah, Mahogany, Cedric Gray. We're not taking one of these quarterbacks, I wouldn't think. Cade Stover, Estime. I think it's down to Mahogany, Gray, Stover, and Estime. What do you guys think?
Estime. Fuck it. Hammer it. We need running
think it ain't
backs.
gonna be-
There's the potential of Mixon leaving.
Let's do it.
We
That's
need
the
a
man.
guy. Chase Brown's amazing, but he's fast, and that's about it. We need a guy who's going to be able to just smash cunts.
That's the guy that's up the middle, 1-2 yards on the goal line.
Controversial, but I think we take Tommy Eichenberg here.
Not a huge fan. Even though he's a Buckeye. Man, Kyrie Jackson I have as a second-round player. He's 6'3", went to Bama, got suspended, transferred to Oregon, had a great season. Super high on this board. Cam Hart's another long corner. But we'd be doubling up at D-line and corner, so that's rough. Jacob Cowling at wide receiver, I'm a huge fan of as a slot guy. Super undersized, he's like 5'7", 165.
Get Luke McCaffrey, make him play running back.
There's your guy, James Williams at safety.
I would take James Williams as well. I think safety there at this point, looking at the board we've got right now, 2D line, we've got a DB. But a guy like Williams gives you a little bit more versatility. Like I said, he can come down. He might play the linebacker role better than Eichenberg as well.
How about tight end? We were close to taking the tight end last time. Here's Theo Johnson and Jared Wiley, two guys that I think are way higher than this, and I think they go way higher than 5th round.
Well, we know Drop's going to want Holker.
Holker, Dusty, I remember him tweeting, he's very high in Holker. Why are people high on that guy at Colorado State?
I mean, he had a great season this year. It's just he's a little older prospect. He's had an injury history. I tend to want to stay away from that, but if you're looking at explosive tight ends, but Theo Johnson has the prototype size, comes from Penn State. Jared Wiley also prototype size. I think those guys can both be better, for what the Bengals like. I think either of those two are higher.
Wait, not to keep changing the subject, who was the former other Colorado State tight end who was a high third pick? Who was the other guy from a couple of years ago out of Colorado State?
I don't remember.
No big deal. Okay, I trust you.
I like Goncalves. I've got him as a hot, early 4th round guy that's here. He got injured, only played 3 games for Pitt. He could be a tackle or guard. But I would be good taking Theo from Penn State here if you guys want to.
I'm cool.
Man, I don't know shit about these later round guys.
Well, let's just take a tight end.
Dale, if you like him, I like him.
I like him.
We better have tackle figured out because now it's getting thin. Oh, Trey McBride, I seen in the chat. That's right. That plays for the Cardinals.
That's who it is.
Isaiah Adams. Now, I think they have him listed as interior O-line. He has played tackle. He has played both.
I want Solomon.
Yeah. Solomon's undersized, right?
Yeah, he's not big.
But he led the
he's very athletic.
NCAA in sacks. He had 16 this season.
He's very athletic, and his technique when it comes to block shedding, very, very smooth. He's had to go on that as well because of, the size. He's had to really work on, how he handles leverage, things like that. So I think he's a good pick.
See, Parker was on our guy here, Delmar Glaze. He's played left tackle and he's played center at Maryland. Could be a guard, could be a tackle, could be a center, could be any of those positions.
I just got to say, it doesn't sound right when Parker says Glazier OT.
Yeah, Glazier OT. And
sounds like a sexual thing, Parker.
We need the glaze.
Yeah, and you got a Glazier OT.
He gave us a $2 super chat just to answer the question. So I think he gets this pick, and he picked Delmar Glaze.
There you go.
All right, there we go. That's good enough for another butter.
Now we're putting the next pick on the docket. Go ahead and start the bidding.
If you pay us, you can get your pick.
Right. You can pick a punter.
I'm gonna pay $10, and then with the first pick, I'll make us trade up into first and take Jaden Daniels.
Shut up.
Jaden Daniels would be crazy in this offense.
Over Joe Burrow, another LSU guy. You're just going to turn your back.
If it's Jaden Daniels, I'm a glass half full. So like Joe Burrow's got, we're still concerned about his rest. So you might as well get a solid backup in there.
Solid backup with the first overall pick. I like that.
Yeah.
I like Brennan Jackson from Washington State. He's not spectacular at anything, solid at everything.
What's that guy from Houston Baptist? He had a cool name.
Oh, Jalix Hunt.
Yeah,
he literally is transitioning from like safety to a defensive end.
Ah,
yeah.
That's a nutty transition.
That is crazy.
Yeah, well, he was a safety and didn't hardly play at another small school,
We should
His
go-
body changed, and he.
Hey, look at that guy, Mustafa.
We should go for Kenny Logan Jr. and then whenever he gets introduced, they play Danger Zone.
Well, let's see if we can get Kenny Logan Jr. one more round later.
Mustafa.
Tyrese Knight. What do you guys think in the chat here?
Yeah.
Parker says Nathaniel Watson. We don't have a linebacker. I honestly don't. I did watch him, Parker. I didn't love his tape. But whatever. Who do you guys want? Anybody?
Let's make Corey Dillon happy and can take the Washington linebacker.
Olafashano.
I don't know. Yeah.
Olafashio. Yeah.
Olafashio. Oh, Yoshi and Olafashio. I like that.
Why not?
You just taking anyone who you can make sound like Yoshi.
Hell yeah, bitch.
Right.
Double Yoshis. I fuck with that. I respect
I will
that.
say, he had a decent season. He's dealt with injuries. Very good cover guy. Very good special teams guy. Worst case scenario is you're getting to this point of the draft. You got a special team stud because you need linebacker depth. You could do worse than that. I'm not a huge fan of Julian Pearl, but he just keeps being here. So, and then Frank Gore Jr., but we took Estime. And there's Kenny Logan, right? There you go.
Highway to the danger
Danger
zone.
Danger zone.
We're fucking in this.
There you go. Later rounds. This is what you do when you don't know. You pick one with the cool name.
Yeah.
Is
Yeah.
Quantez Stiggers still on the board?
Snickers.
Stiggers.
I mean, I'd rather have Jerry and Jones, Carlton Johnson.
Get that
Maybe he
fraud,
is, but he's
get
not
that
on their
fraud
board.
Dwight McGlovern off my screen. Get that fraudulent
Oh.
name out of here.
I disagree. I think he's pretty decent. Garrett Greenfield, one of the many South Dakota State players. They have a ridiculous amount of guys. No, wait. Did we take a receiver? No, we haven't taken a receiver. Jaquan Jackson had a great Senior Bowl week from Tulane, and he is projected to be a slot guy, super speed returner. That seems like a slam dunk to me.
And he's from the greatest state in the country. I say we take him.
And I see. Oh, and Parker Blake says Jaquan Jackson greater than Boyd.
Ooh, Parker. Hey, give us $10, Parker. We'll do it.
No,
No, put him up. He knows ball. Parker knows ball.
No, I know. We love you, Parker.
No, that would be a super late round still there, honestly. That is a pretty great pick. So to recap, this one, which started out with Brock Bowers, then we got
Right.
the D tackles there.
And
So
this
we
one's
changed
much
it,
better.
restarted. Yeah, we got Jerzon Newton.
Boom.
Newton. There's your pass rush. Devondre Sweat. Boom. There's your DJ Reader.
And we're trying to
Sanders
make our
Still.
whole backfield Michigan.
Well,
Secondary.
But Sanders Still. Boom. We've got a guy to back up Hilton for this season and, potentially take over a year from now. Former wide receiver, by the way, on Sanders Still at Michigan for 3 years. Literally played some wide receiver. So it's the ball skills, he has to have good hands. He was a receiver for 3 years at Michigan.
Yeah.
Estime, more of your bell cow running back to pair with Chase Brown. I like it. Theo Johnson comes from tight end U, Penn State. They turn out guys
No,
almost.
Iowa is tight end you. I'm not happy.
Yeah, that's fair. Penn State is tight end U light. Fair enough.
Where did you say, Kieran?
Iowa is tight end you.
Iowa. What the fuck is Iowa?
That state.
I owe her.
I owe her.
Iowa.
What do you
That's
owe?
Oh,
it, right?
Iowa.
But Theo Johnson, I like that pick at tight end. I think he goes higher in the 5th round. Delmar Glaze, tackle, could play a lot of spots. They have him listed interior line. He has played center at Maryland. Worst case, you got a guy who's depth all along your line and could potentially be your center of the future. Maybe he sticks at tackle. I mean, he has good feet. Olafashio, at worst, you've got a special teams demon, and they need that. They need linebacker depth. Kenny Logan Jr., once again, we got to sing a song. That was great. But he is a tackling machine at Kansas. And Jaquan Jackson, I think, getting with him at pick 252 toward the end of the draft, Jaquan Jackson could literally be your starting slot receiver. So
bad news.
That ain't bad news. Whatever.
What?
Chris Jones, Chiefs are picking up his option.
Fine. Oh, I didn't even realize he had an option.
I didn't realize he had an option either.
Tag or sign him to an extension, he will hit free agency.
What?
That didn't make any sense to me. That's just whatever.
Well, it's from Ian Rappaport, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Fair.
All right. Well,
all right, Greg. It's time.
No. Bye.
Yeah, come on, Greg. We got Kieran on the show.
I need my beauty sleep.
The whole deal with getting Kieran on the show is he said he didn't even agree to it till after he saw
the dancing zone. Prepare yourselves for Greg's Disco Inferno.
I thought I was supposed to dance. I thought.
There, Kieran dances.
Both of you together.
No, Kieran dances.
Hold on.
He'll dance with you, Greg.
Hold on. Let me get my prop. Let me get my prop for dancing. Just pre.
Greg will show you how to do the dot bot.
Hear you.
Thank you, Kieran.
It's gonna be some kind of fucked up British dance.
Just shush, poor chop.
It's the Boston Tea Party,
right?
And it's just nuts.
Dance they did after the.
What the hell?
He's dancing with his dog.
Yeah.
I thought that was the cat. Okay.
It's a dog, Greg. Jesus Christ. Greg don't even know the difference between a dog and a cat.
I thought it was the cat at first.
Well, in fucking British, London, that's how they do. They dance with their dog.
Well, at least somebody's a man and will dance.
All right, shut up. I'll be right back. God damn.
Oh, he's doing it. Kieran,
what I missed? I was dancing with the dog.
Get ready, Kieran.
I was giving you some music.
Put him on the
Greg.
big screen,
I said at least we had a man that will dance, and Greg said, "Hold on, I'll be right back." He's done.
How you put him on
I couldn't really fucking dance. I was carrying a 50-pound dog.
Well, he thought it was a cat. By the way, he said it's a cat. I said that's a dog, bro.
Put him on the big screen, Dale. How do you do that?
Oh, it's fucking snowing, Chop.
Just look. My wife took Cameron to a therapy appointment. It's snowing up in Blue Ash, she said.
As I say, are you in the basement right now or upstairs?
I'm fucking stay in the basement, man. Upstairs is for showering and shitting, and I'll be doing that in a minute.
I was gonna say,
my brother's coming in down here, so hopefully it's not snowing here yet because we're supposed to go to the Portsmouth Brewery. Poor job.
Is he going home tonight?
No, he's already in, and we're supposed to meet at the
okay.
Portsmouth Brewery for some den.
So, Kieran, I will be dancing to Spice Girls in honor of your British heritage.
Oh, that's true. He's going to tell you what you want, what you really, really want.
Yeah, it's wannabe, but legally,
tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
We can't legally play it on here, so I have to put it in.
I wanna.
Boom, beans and toast.
Yeah, we can do our own words and the music while Greg dances with his headphones in. So
if you want Bob to be your uncle.
Wait, someone.
You got to get with Bob's friends.
Yeah. Yes. Put that shit on some toast.
Make Bob last for 5 minutes. Bob is the man.
Yeah. If you want Fanny, your aunt.
All right, here we go.
I'll tell you what I want.
What I really want. I'll tell you what I want. What I really want.
It never ends. If you want to be my.
Oh, we get singing too. Yeah, yeah.
At least for easy, but that's the way it is.
Oh, we get karaoke.
Got that? Now you know how I feel. You can handle my life, keep you for real. Now go hasty. If there's time,
yeah, we'll have to sing every time because no way they're gonna know this.
Say goodbye. No, I tell you what I want. I really, really want. So
what does you want?
What you really want? I want
it. Boom.
Gotta get with my friends. Make it last forever. Friendship never ends. If you want to be my lover, you have got to give.
Got to give.
Give it
God damn it.
That was
Greg keep them dancing pants in the drawer of his desk.
yeah.
Greg,
He's
you
got
keep
to
those
be
dancing pants
prepared.
right handy.
Yeah, love it, Greg.
When you just said I wasn't a man, that just set me off.
I'll bet it did. I bet you better be
The
careful.
funny thing is, Dale, I
pants.
actually know that David is in Portsmouth because I tried calling you. I said call so and so, and I actually called David, and he said he was there, so that's how I knew.
Best show ever, Greg.
Best show ever.
No one was gonna say we had the best show ever.
I tell you what, the deal, the headphones really does work, though.
Yeah, and we get your singing,
Yeah.
and you have to do that every time now.
No
Right.
shade.
Now you gotta sing,
Dale,
too.
you are altering the contract here. I need to have
You
a
did it.
contract.
You did it to yourself. You were so good with karaoke.
Well, Dale, I had that Jordan mentality in me that I took it personally with you.
Greg, you got a 50 out of 10.
50 out of 10, Greg. That's impossible, and you did it.
Next, Greg Entertainment section is going to be a dunk contest.
Yeah, I know.
Kick gang.
I'm going to need an around the world dunk from you, Greg.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll do a Dale next time to honor your British heritage.
That's the belly dance, like Jason Kelsey did. You just it's
Do the
meant to be a
worm.
pelvic thrust, but it just ends up being your belly.
Dale just we good.
Greg will do the
But no, the headphones really does help out. It does.
I love it, Greg. You really
Yeah.
brought it again. I'm proud of you. Greg
You'll
is
see.
the goat.
Don't ever say I'm never
for you.
committed. Don't ever say I'm ever committed. That's all I can say.
Don't
Yeah.
say you're committed.
Don't
You're
ever
the GOAT.
You're the goat.
Greg
You're
is
the
the
Greg
GOAT.
of
I will
all
say that.
time.
I ain't that, man.
You're the double
Greg-
G GOAT. Greatest
The
Greg
great
of all time.
Greg, the greatest Greg of all time.
I'm the
Double
donkey.
G GOAT.
Greg doesn't take compliments well, but everyone knows Greg is the fucking best.
Yes.
It's
It's
good.
not. It's not big savage Greg. It's best savage Greg.
Kieran,
Yeah.
stop jerking off, okay?
Greg needs to do the truffle shuffle.
No, we ain't doing any of that.
Ooh, truffle shuffle.
No.
I would, but my abs are X-rated.
Damn. Yeah, see, Greg? It's the best tradition ever. It's the only way you get viewers is to stay on here. They would have left. They have lives. It's Friday. But they're like, nope, Greg's going to dance. I can't miss that. Sorry, honey.
Can't.
We'll go to dinner later.
Right. You know how
Cancel
many
the
people didn't
reservation.
have sex so they could sit and watch you dance?
Yeah.
They were going to get laid, and they're like, hold on. Greg's about to dance.
Yep.
And then they're going to have sex and get their wives pregnant.
Yeah, I bet you Taylor Swift is watching this right now. And she's like, hold on. She's telling Kelsey, hold on, babe. I got to watch Greg here.
She'll probably come give you a lap dance.
She is bricked up for Greg.
Yeah, she's hard as a rock.
What's girls got instead of hard on? She got a wide on or something.
A wide
What's that?
Yeah, when they get horny, their pussy gets really wide.
Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Trying to make a
wide
joke,
on.
man.
It just widens.
Widens. It doesn't widen for my shit. It can stay real
It
slender.
don't need to. It don't need to.
Right. You can be real slender. I'm not stretching that
No.
bitch out.
So let me tell you guys a quick funny story. I thought about going to a beauty salon, for the season to get my mullet colored. And I asked my friend, I asked my sister-in-law who knows someone who just one. I'm like, well, how much does it cost? But she's like, this is like counts getting your haircut. It's around $180. I'm like, man, screw that. I'll do it myself.
Bro, I'd have fucking done your mullet for him. I used to do them all the time back in festival season.
What do you mean? You know how to dye hair on a mullet?
Yeah.
All right, cool. There we go. Problem solved here.
Bro, I got
Yeah,
like
we'll do it live on the stream. We'll
Every
have a whole
time me and
episode.
my-
Whoa. We didn't agree to this.
every
Yeah.
time me and my boys would
Shirtless
go to a
Greg.
music festival, we would give each other mullets.
All right.
And he's gonna dye yours orange.
No, do I still have to, Dale, do I still have to grow the beard?
Yes.
God damn it.
Yeah. Do you want to win a Super Bowl or not?
Yeah, but Dale, my hair, my face gets itchy and it dries.
Greg, if you
out.
grow the beard, you won't have near as much time for the show because you'll be getting
Bro.
fucking laid all the time.
Bro.
Well, no, the good
mustache
news
like
is
me.
I will save up on razors.
Grow a mustache.
I'm not growing no must. I'll grow a goatee or something. How about that?
Mustache and goatee. You're going to get laid so much.
Hell yeah, Greg. And with those dance moves, you probably already got 3 women pregnant.
Yeah.
I can feel something kicking inside me just from watching that dance.
Yeah.
That's
A
that
little-
beans and toast.
Little butt baby.
You fucking joke, but unironically, the second the show ends, I'm going to making beans on toast now.
I know, and then you're gonna put a picture of it in our fucking chat.
Uh-huh.
Fucking beans, just fucking plain ass beans laying on toast. Put a fried egg on there; it would probably be better.
Ugh, it's not.
Yeah,
Greg,
put a
you're
fried egg
rapidly
on there
turning
with the
into Mr. Entertainment. You got Mr. Worldwide, Mr. Mr. Cincinnati wide.
It's Mr. 305.
What's your area code, Greg?
I'm taking the 5th.
513. You live in Sierra.
God,
Cincinnati.
shut up, Chop.
It's
It ain't a
Cincinnati.
secret. 513. That's
Bro,
what it
I
is.
don't
man.
live
This is
there.
the 513.
That's my
Greg,
shop,
people
Greg.
are not-
Chop 513.
Greg, everyone knows Cincinnati's 513.
It's not a
No,
secret.
but he
It's not
doesn't
like
need to say the exact area I live in.
Here, goddamn, I'll tell you his address as long as
No,
I'm
shut
getting
the
that
hell
reaction.
up.
Hold on.
Crypt
I'll
Keeper is
find it.
dropping knowledge in the chat. If Oasis come back, none of you are safe.
Oh, God.
Fucking elite band.
What the
Stop,
fuck?
seriously.
Wonderwall.
Stick to the
A
goddamn
step, maybe.
Here, stick to the football.
You're
Don't
gonna be
fucking
the
going
one
with
that
Mr.
saves
fucking
me.
waterfall. I'm
Huh?
your waterfall. Yeah.
DLC.
fucking
Don't
elite.
go.
Waterfall's the shit I sing that one time I went
If
to.
you
a
want an
Cabela's hunting
elite British
place.
band, it's called Black Sabbath.
Nah,
Shut
the
the fuck up.
Beatles.
You don't know shit about British.
The Black Sabbath ain't British.
Oh, wait. Black
Black
Sabbath. Chop.
Yeah,
Black
British.
Sabbath with Ozzy or James Dio?
With Ozzy.
Dio is better, I heard.
Man, shut the fuck up, Greg.
Tell my boss
Nobody's-
Rob. No,
He
my
never-
boss Rob.
Ronnie
He's
James
older
fucking
than you.
Dio is not
He
better
knows
than
more.
Ozzy
No.
Osbourne.
Rob will challenge you. Rob knows more about this than you do. He will tell you Dio
It
is
doesn't
better.
matter. Fucking Rodney James Dio. When people say Black Sabbath, nobody thinks of fucking Dio.
When you
All right,
think
boys,
of
I
Dio,
gotta
you
go.
think Holy
I've gotta-
Diver.
So
I've
do
got to
I.
make it into town. Do you guys want me to end it or you
Yeah,
guys
we-
got it?
I got to shower and go to work.
All
It was
right.
good to see you all.
And on this,
Yeah.
Matt agrees with me, Greg. Fuck you.
We
Bye.
will
Thanks for
do-
tuning
we-
in.
we
Thanks
will-
for coming on,
We'll do
Karen.
fish and chips
Lasers.
again soon.